Hello and welcome to Great Hang, the greatest hang that's ever hanged. I'm your hang, Tim McLaughlin, coming to you with your other hang, Myka Fox. Hello, Myka.
Hello and hi. We're doing okay. Tell my mom and dad that everything is fine and we love them very much.
Backwards hat prisoner edition of the episode today. We are in my parents' basement.
ISIS hostage edition of Great Hang.
Coming to you live from Indianapolis, Indiana, the most beautiful city in the world.
Tim, you're going to get your parents doxxed.
Coming from Indianapolis,
Maine,
Indiana.
Indiana.
Coming from Annapolis, Maryland.
There you go.
It is us, the Great Hang crew, Myka and I, having a nice time here in Indianapolis. Our final hours in this very city.
Yeah, we're about to get shot at a mall.
We did go to the mall today.
It was exciting. I got this sweatshirt.
Myka got this sweatshirt. Myka got some really good deals at the mall. We went to Aritzia because Myka is a ritzy bitch.
That's right.
And I was a classic sitcom boyfriend holding everything, standing there. Dumb look on my face, of course.
Complaining that he couldn't sit down or be in his group chat.
I really would have liked to be in my group chat. I was dropping some hot dimes in there until Myka fucking made me do all this other bullshit.
You were dropping dimes? You were ratting out your friends in the group chat? Friends in the group chat? You're welcome.
But here we are from Indianapolis, Indiana. It was just Christmas, my good lad, and we had ourselves our fill of our Christmas goose. Myka, how was your Christmas overall? And know that my parents can hear you upstairs.
And we'll watch this later.
Yeah.
Christmas was fun. I think, my favorite moment from Christmas was at Christmas Eve when you were put on the spot to say grace.
Ah, yes.
After everyone had already started eating.
Yeah, people had already started eating. My Uncle John asked me to say grace. And
it was one of the few times Tim literally couldn't even find any words to even stumble on.
And then because I don't believe in God and
he had this
in
panicked
fact loves
look.
Satan.
Yeah, that's not what you said that night. You weren't
No.
like, I don't love God, I love Satan. You were like, Catholic school upbringing. Oh God, I'm about to be punished and rapped by a priest.
Yeah, I got fucked. It fucked me up because then I couldn't think of anything because I was trying not to think of anything bad.
All he was thinking about was the time he got molested at a Dairy Queen.
No, I was not even thinking about that.
They were like, what kind of a God would let a man check for change in my pockets?
I wasn't even thinking about that either. I was thinking about don't say anything bad, be nice, think of something good. And my brain couldn't do it. It kept thinking of bad stuff.
I wish they asked me. I would have been like, milk, lemonade.
Myka, you did that joke already upstairs.
Upstairs. See, I can't do as soon as I did that upstairs, I was like, I shouldn't have done that because Tim's going to call me out. Like, you don't repeat yourself constantly.
Huh?
That's what comedians do. Every comedian repeats their bits, and they're allowed to do it, except for here, where apparently comedians can't succeed.
You should have gone.
You couldn't even let it air and then call me out, so the fans at home could have laughed and laughed.
Well, they got it. You said milk, lemonade. Everyone gets it. Around the corner, Jesus is made, is what I said upstairs. You should have said bracham, achem.
I should have been like, let me talk in Jesus' language.
Yes.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Allah.
Oh, that's
because he's
Muhammad.
Middle Eastern.
Oh, yeah, but that language wasn't invented till afterward.
That's probably true. I actually don't know. I think Muhammad is older than Jesus.
Oh, you do?
I don't know.
You want to think about that for a little bit?
Is Muhammad older than Jesus?
No, dude.
Oh.
The Quran is the third book in the Abrahamic religions, meaning after Jesus.
Oh, well, that's interesting. It's a trilogy.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Which one's better?
Well, of course,
New
the
Testament,
original is always the best.
The Old Testament, the
Then
New Testament, or the Quran, or...
The franchise is never quite getting good.
You're listening to my question.
It's fanfic at
You're
best.
not listening. Which one is better? The New Testament, Old Testament, and Quran, or the girl with the dragon tattoo books?
Well, considering no wars have been started over the girl with the dragon tattoo books, I'm going to say the Quran, the Bible.
All right.
And
asked and answered. If you would have let me get to it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I riffing?
Yes.
You are being difficult today. I'm gonna put a name on your behavior, and it is difficult.
It's because I'm wearing a backwards hat today. I've gone over the top. I've become a new man. I'm a freaking alpha dog. And you can't handle that shit. In the store, I had my hat on frontwards, holding all your bullshit, being a nice boyfriend. Now I'm a badass with my hat backwards.
Oh, look at Poochie over here, the
That's
most
right.
lovable Simpsons character of all time.
People are going to be like, where's Tim? Why isn't Tim on the episode? We should have more Tim.
Nobody has ever said that.
People love my ass.
No, yeah, but there's never "Where's Tim?"
Yeah, that's what they'll be saying.
You're like a public bathroom stench. They're more like, "Where's Tim coming from? How do we stop it?"
No, wrong. That's actually wrong. I'm like a public bathroom stench. People are like, you got to go in the bathroom and smell this. Tim
They're
is
like-
cooking. So I give my Christmas 1 out of 10 this year.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
What
It
was your
great.
favorite Christmas moment?
When I got to play with the baby a whole bunch.
Yeah, the baby did like you a lot.
We had my young baby niece, and she was being very cute. Only cried one time in 2 days. She was all smiles and fun.
It was only when I was trying to take a nap.
Yeah, it was only
Babies
when
have a sense.
it was only when Myka tried to take a nap. The baby knew that Myka's people had killed Christ, so that we should keep Myka awake. And I played with the baby. And
Oh,
she
you're
was very
welcome for a
cute.
bunch of cool holidays.
I also liked when we sweet talked the people at the hotel into upgrading our room.
That was a fine duo moment between the two of us.
It was.
Tim
a very
was
good moment.
convinced. He's like, "You don't talk. Let me talk."
I-
He's like, "I know how to
I
talk
was-
to these people." He called them these people like they're Jews or something. And then I get up there, right? So I'm like, "All right, let Tim talk. People do like him more, you know." And then we get to the front, and she's like, "You checking in?" And then Tim just stares at me. I'm like,
Well, because
yeah.
you have, Myka. First of all,
it was insane.
I was kidding.
You weren't kidding.
But when
You were not kidding.
No, but
You were very seriously like, "Myka, let me talk."
right about getting the upgrade. But you can still talk to the people. I'm just more gregarious and charming than you are.
I was quite pleasant.
You were quite pleasant, but the people of the Midwest smell something on you that they do not like, much like the stench of a bathroom.
They can tell that I spent $70 on a sweatshirt that would cost somebody $30 at Target.
Yes. They can tell. That's why when you go up on stage in the Midwest, people are like, I don't know about this lady.
It's not that. It's that I say, have you ever been to a real city? Why are you so fat?
That doesn't help either. The people here are horrendously fat.
Oh man, I saw a church let out, and holy fuck, entire bloodlines are ruined.
I walked, yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Their blood is fudge now. I walked into Myka. Myka and I were walking into the hotel, and I walked into her because a woman was so fat it caught my eye, and I couldn't stop
Is that
staring
what
at
happened?
her. Yeah,
I didn't see that happen.
this woman got out of the car, and the car like moved in a big way. And then I was like, oh, my Lord.
I didn't even see
Jesus.
her. The light must have bent away from her because of her gravity.
She was an airplane 3-seater, I'll tell you that.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, one seat for her and another for each of her love handles. Thank you. All right, well, that was catching up. Anything else exciting happen over the Christmas holiday?
Do you want to tell them how we got the upgrade? It was a pretty slick move.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead.
So I'm like, you know, we really played off each other perfectly, actually. I'm sitting there talking to her, and I'm like, so how's it going? I was like, is it busy in here? You know, we're checking in on Christmas Eve and all. And she's like, no, actually, it's dead. You know, only 30 places filled. And then Tim.
Then I said, oh, so who's staying in the presidential suite? To be like, oh, if there's
Hint.
if there's only 30 rooms filled, then some of the nicer rooms still must be open, of course.
Oh, I thought hint, stick us in the presidential suite.
Well, of course, I was aiming towards getting into the
Which
presidential
never
suite.
even occurred to me that Indianapolis would have a presidential suite.
Well, this was like a nicer hotel. This is what,
it was a Marriott.
but it was the nicer of the Marriotts.
No, the nice hotels were like the Conrad downtown.
And
which
the
Tim
Marriott.
which Tim wouldn't let me stay at because it was too nice, and Tim doesn't like me to have the
That's
finer
not
things.
why I didn't want to go back and forth from downtown all fucking week. It sucks.
Anyway, my point is, it was not a 5-star hotel, so why
No.
would they have a presidential suite?
But they have a nice suite there, and they did have it, and I knew that they would have it, and they did.
But they wouldn't let us stay there.
They wouldn't
But
let us stay there because we would have had to speak to management directly to book it.
they did give us an upgrade to a balcony suite.
We had a balcony that looked over a man-made lake and apartment buildings that I used to deliver blinds to.
It was nice to look down on your past.
Yeah, and Myka walked around. Myka got to walk around the lake, and we waved at each other once.
It was fun.
So that was pretty cool. And then we got to go back to the mall that I used to work at, and everything's changed.
And let me tell you, I know every difference that happened. What a tour it's been.
They moved the food court from upstairs to downstairs. They put in a Shake Shack. They took out the Sbarro. Thank God they still had shitty Chinese chicken there that you can get.
I can't wait, bourbon chicken is not Chinese. It's their whatever.
But it's like Asian mall food.
It's crazy that it tastes the same as it did in the 80s in Phoenix.
It'll always stay the same.
That's wild.
Nothing will change. Bourbon chicken will always stay the same, and I will always be getting samples of it and never buying an actual one.
Hundo P. All right, catching up.
That was catching up. All right, now let's get into plugs.
Plugs.
Do we have anything to plug, Myka? Yes, of course we do, but you go first.
Oh, well, I'll be in Stamford, Connecticut on the 4th, January 4th. And I'll also be judging the roast battle at New York Comedy Club at 11 p.m. So if you're in Stamford, Connecticut, 7 p.m. show, check that out. I'll be doing 20 minutes there. And then later that night, I'll be back in the city at New York Comedy Club, and that's a fun time. I'll also be at Stand Up New York Saturday night on the 6th on their 10 o'clock show. And, of course, we want you to come to take our advice at the Gutter on January 14th, the 8 p.m. show. We have Allison Leiby.
Allison Leiby from Television Writing.
And Usama Siddiqui from television as well. He was in the most recent season of And Just Like That.
And Just Like That, he'll be on the show.
I believe he was also in Michelle Buteau's show. I might be wrong about that. But anyway, TV star, very funny guy. And Allison Leiby joining Tim and I.
And take our advice at the Gutter, January 14th at 8 p.m. So come to that if you're in town. We would love to see it. Hey, if you're in town New Year's Eve, Chaboy will be on the Barbershop Show somewhere in Chelsea in New York.
Get those tickets now.
Get those tickets now. It's $100 for a ticket. It includes open bar and partying.
Fuck yeah, dude. Partying with Tim.
If
you were to get that through the Patreon, it cost you $6,000.
It costs you $2,400 to party with me. Yeah.
So that's a steal for $100 to party with Tim.
Yeah, so you could party with me, and I will be getting lit up. So if you want to come hang with me, you can come hang with me, ring in the new year. And, of course, we will be doing big changes to the show in the new year.
We are?
Well, we're going to try to make it better.
Oh, well, okay.
We're always striving to make it better and make it better in big ways.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I was hoping to get people to keep listening.
Oh, I was like, I kind of want to redo the wallpaper. I don't like the color anymore.
You don't like the color of the wallpaper in the back? I love it.
I think it's too corny. I want to do a darker color.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, anyways, that's for off mic talk. And Michael will be learning how to do wallpaper now. So thank you guys very much for listening. Thank you for enjoying the show. This will be our last show until the new year. So Happy New Year, you little fucks.
Yeah. Fucking close it out good.
All right, Micah. Now it's time for Spit That Bit.
Oh, shit.
Do you have a new bit that you're working on? I have several.
Oh, great. Well, let me try and find one so that way we don't have to listen to yours.
I have my new premises folder.
Oh. Well, that one's not nearly done enough. I'll just pitch it then. Fuck it.
All right. Then we'll go with yours today.
Oh, well, this is not. No, it was just his.
No, go ahead. We'll go with yours today.
Okay, I got a couple. One is that I hate how people are always like, when something's bad, they're like, it's problematic.
Ah, yes.
I'm like, that's such a fucking stupid word for things that like are sometimes actually like very bad. They're like, I think how like that guy consecutively raped every person he's been in touch with is problematic. It's like, enough of that word, but they also use it for the same like thing as like the song smack my bitch up. That's problematic. I'm like, you can't use the same word for all of these things.
We need a more severe word.
A more severe word or a less severe word? Problematic. It's just like,
also, it sounds like problematic sounds like it's a robot problem.
Yeah.
This is the problematic.
The problem. I mean, that's because people have become robots and just say things are problematic. Everything's problematic now. It's like, no, things have their place in society. It's not just problematic. See, it's not fleshed out.
But have you thought of that?
The robot part?
The angle of like infomercial where they're like,
well, no, I haven't, and it feels Not my vibe, but keep going.
Okay, so like one guy, he's like from anywhere from lightly saying a racial slur to raping someone. It's problematic. You can get it at 196 or something like that.
That feels like a sketch.
And it may be. And it very well may
Let's
be.
add that to the list of sketches we'll never fucking film.
All right. Dude, I guess Joe Nunnick, speaking of sketches, Joe Nunnick told his manager about my idea for the drawing on the train.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, my manager hated it. And he's like, so I don't know if I'm going to do it. I was like, well, don't give it. I go, Joe, did you think it was funny? And he was like, yes. I go, I think it's very funny.
Well, then tell him to give it back and we'll film it and watch it fucking go viral and then we'll show it to his manager.
I know. We need to get someone to draw it and we can film it. But yeah, I was like, oh, so your manager loved it? I was like, he's got to absolutely love it. It's a great idea. But it wasn't.
I kind of knew he would hate it.
That's crazy. It's so funny.
Managers hate us, Tim.
Yeah, they hate us because they ain't us. You know?
That's true. That's actually true.
So I got this. So at the shout out to Alex Price for putting on another great comb for the holiday show.
What was it? What did you say? Comb for the holidays?
For another comb for the holiday show. That's why I have my hat backwards. I lost my comb for the holidays.
All right. Make sure your head is in the light. I'm seeing you in the shadow. When you look that way, you're in the light. When you look at me, you're in the shadow. Don't look at me.
Okay. So I did my smelling my fake leg bit. Did okay.
Yeah.
The living alone bit I got a good tag out of at the very end, which went well.
Yeah.
But I feel like we could really work on this MRI music thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a funny... See, your bits, when you pitch a bit, it's like me and Rachel, it's like a joke concept. Your bit is like, here's a long story I'm going to fucking tell. This is why I don't want you to spit that bit, because they're not... A bit is one joke or a series of jokes. Your bits are full 3-minute stories, and you're like, can I get a punchline in there?
Yeah, but there's punchlines in the stories.
All right, pick one part of it.
I want to figure out the end. So, like, what would be funny about it?
The punchline.
Yeah. So the premise of the bit for everybody listening is that I got an MRI and he played, he goes, do you want me to play music for you? And I said, sure. And it was all covers of different songs. And the premise is that I get out of the MRI and he's like, did you like the music? And I was like, yeah, it was fine. And he's like, it was fine. And I was like, yeah. He goes, well, that was my band or whatever. Like, that's the thing. Mm-hmm. Is the idea that...
Did he actually say that?
No.
But do you actually think it was his band?
Or
is this all a fiction?
No, I think you just played music off YouTube and it was all cover bands.
Hassan strikes again.
All right, then I won't do it.
No,
if it's
I'm kidding.
Not realistic, I won't do it. But
it's realistic, and it's also you not claiming to be racist to get the whatever... What's the...
claiming playing the race card to get clout?
Yeah, sympathy. It's not... You're not baiting for sympathy.
No, but I think it is funny, the idea that you're stuck in a tube getting an MRI.
It's very funny.
And that's the time that they can play their music for you.
I think it's very funny.
Yeah. Yeah, because the music sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked so bad.
Yeah, maybe like I don't know if you could like talk about be like it's clearly his voice and he's being like, so did you like it? And you're like, I hear it, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good idea too.
And then maybe he's like my favorite part of the song. He's like, what did you think of that? He's like, I love these artists. I don't know who they are. Like he tries to like dance around it.
Yeah. He's like, this is some guy. They're called the Grifters. I don't know. They're like a band. I just heard of them recently.
Yeah.
And then I look it up. It's his picture.
Yeah.
He's in scrubs.
And he's in the MRI.
Yeah, he's in the MRI room, and he's got a big thumbs up.
And there's someone's feet dangling out.
Yeah, and he's actually their feet are dangling out, but they're stuck in the MRI, and he's like sucking their toes.
Yeah, totally.
And it says.
And it says, don't come in the MRI machine.
Yeah, it says too hard to get an MRI or something.
Yeah, right.
All right, that's pretty good.
Okay, good.
That
was
like,
no help at all.
Couldn't fit my dick in the MRI machine or something. Okay. Well, that's good.
But what else you could do is like be like, he wouldn't let you out. You're like, it clearly stopped doing the banging, but he kept you in there so that you could hear the rest of the album.
Oh yeah,
because it's like you can talk in. He should be asking you in the MRI machine, so he'll be like, "Hey, are you okay? And what about this song?"
Yeah. And I'm like, I think it's done. I think the thing is done. I'm not a doctor or whatever, but I think I'm done.
Yeah.
All right, go. Now it's time for Hot Take of
take,
the Week.
Summer in the city.
This is where I, Tim McLaughlin, will give my hot take on a situation Myka has for me. Myka, what's our hot take this week? Do you have something good?
I have a Christmas-related one that I think is fun.
A holiday hot take for this on Boxing Day.
And it's kind of related to our situation, but not really, but a little bit.
Okay.
I could see us in this situation.
All right.
Am I the asshole for asking my husband to stay with me for Christmas instead of going to visit his parents?
Yes. There we go.
Okay. I, 31 female, had a really, really bad cold this Christmas. I don't think I've had one like this ever since I was a kid. Initially, I was supposed to go with my husband, 32 male, to go visit his parents that live 5 hours away. We were supposed to leave on the 23rd and come back on the 27th. Anyway, I realized...
That's like us.
Except that they're not 5 hours away.
No. It's actually 2.5 hours via plane. Go
anyway, I realized on the 22nd that my cold was really, really bad and that I couldn't leave with him. I actually asked him to stay with me instead. I don't think it's a crime to miss Christmas at his folks for 1 year, but he insisted on going alone. I asked him multiple times to stay, but he just got me some meds and provisions and left. I also asked him yesterday to return a day earlier, but he once again refused. Anyway, what really ticked me off is that I started watching a movie by myself, and he insisted that I close it and wait for him to return and watch it together. And he also mentioned that with a TV show and another movie. It really pissed me off because I don't think he's in a position to make demands like that since he refused all my requests to not go or come back early.
All right, I got to jump in. You get one TV show or one movie.
Yeah.
If the person is stuck there for 4 days, you can pick one thing that they're not allowed to watch.
Absolutely. Also, they're sick as a dog and being left alone for
They
days.
said they had a cold. She's
had really bad cold, and she hasn't been sick like this since she was a child.
Okay, but
so it could have been like COVID. It could have been like,
but a cold to me, like you go to work when you have a cold.
She gets into it later, but she was like, I was really sick. I couldn't work.
Then don't say you have a cold. Say you have the flu, because it's going to make people more sympathetic towards you.
So it turns out she's Eastern European, and they don't really believe in illnesses. And so like she was really fucking sick, but didn't have like a way to express that because nobody ever complains from Europe.
Yeah.
So
she needed to eat some onion soup and go about her fucking day.
Yeah, right. Well, who's gonna make her that onion soup is the fucking thing. That's the point. The point is that she probably did need like to be cared for, and she wasn't really, which sucks. But I get it. You know what I mean?
I mean, the way you need better descriptors then, because if you tell me you have the flu, then you need someone to stay there and take care of you. But you tell me you got a cold, then you can dip out and go and then come back. But
the husband was living with her. He would have seen how sick she was.
He should have. Well, sure. And so that also makes me think that she wasn't that sick. But he should have come back a day early. He could have done that too.
He totally could have.
Coming back a day.
It's only 5 hours away, and it's like he got there the 23rd. He was there for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. He could have come back on the 26th.
Could have come back a day early. Yeah.
100%. Okay. I also have to mention that my mother-in-law and father-in-law hate me and actually insisted that he stay there for a few more days. Am I the asshole? I don't know if I'm exaggerating a bit. I kind of feel like I am. Edit. More information because, okay. I'm from a Eastern European country, so I guess Christmas isn't pretty important for my in-laws, so Christmas isn't that important to her. So, like, there's, like, a cultural issue there where she doesn't get how important Christmas is. We usually go there for Christmas. I didn't last year because I had to work, but he's like, but it's like I didn't make him stay home with me that time. She's like, it's not like I usually make a habit of like making him choose. 2, the commenters have a theory, and I agree. I do think he thought I was exaggerating my cold in order to make him not go.
That's possible.
She said, could be, especially since that he knows I don't feel comfortable visiting him. My husband is indeed an only child, as people assumed. And my mother-in-law does little to hide her distaste for me. She made it a scene at her wedding and constantly makes disparaging remarks about me. Truth be told, I do think she's a hateful woman in general.
Dear Lord.
And she isn't that much nicer to my husband. Father-in-law is mean to me when we talk. So honestly, it seems like fuck them entirely.
Yeah, it sounds like they're mean, unlike my family, who is nice.
Right. I don't think, knowing that information, I don't think the husband should have picked his parents over them over her at all.
So here's the deal. I think that he could have picked his parents over her and gone home for Christmas, but he should have come home a day early, and you only get one thing that she gets to save to watch for the two of you.
Yeah.
You can't have it all. You can't be like, you can't watch this or that or this and that. You can only be like, you got to pick the one thing you want to watch together the most. Like, Myka, you could watch whatever movie you wanted, but you got to save the episodes of Justified.
The new episodes.
Yeah, the ones that we're watching.
Wait, those are old.
So I still want to watch them with you.
Okay, all right. That's what you would pick is Justified?
I love it.
An old show that we've already watched and that most of the time I'm not even paying attention to when we watch it together?
I guess. Well, then I'm allowed to watch Justified alone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Nice.
I'll just watch it later without you.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's not like a show that neither of us have seen. That's something we'd have to watch together.
All right, then Fargo. The new episodes
of Fargo I'd be pissed about.
All right, very good. Now that we figured that out,
so
finally.
Is she the asshole or not?
No.
Yeah, no.
They're both wrong.
Yeah. Okay. She has a lot more edits too, but I don't care that much about her anymore.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
No.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was time for the news with Tim McLaughlin, but that comes back next week.
Why?
In the new year, because you had it until the year was over.
But also, I won the Patreon yesterday.
Yeah, but that was for nothing. And also, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/greathang. It's an absolutely banger of a fucking show. We've got everything on there. App. It's super fun. We have now it's time, Myka, for reviews for the podcast.
Oh, sick. Hold on, I'm going to grab my water while you start doing
this.
Reviews.
Is where we go on Apple iTunes, see if we have any new reviews. We don't. So what we'll do is we'll go on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button. Maybe hit a subscribe. Fucking hit that bell for notifications, you little bitch. And we're going to read the comments from our last episode, The Jewish Christmas Spectacular with Rachel McCartney.
That was a great ep.
An episode people seem to really love.
Yeah, Rachel's likable in an unlikable way.
All right. OTR392 says, #cringe.
Wait, really?
I guess. That was from 9 hours ago. You got a thumbs down from me on that. Go ahead, head over to the old last episode and give that a thumbs down. And also write that guy's a dickhead.
I wonder what was cringe about it.
Oh, probably Rachel's autism, I would assume.
I doubt it.
G. Bresto says, bust or busted all of 2024. My money is on busted. John M. says, once again, funny as hell. Thank you, John. Kristen Fremantle says, absolute banger of an episode. Something for everyone. Tim says Constantinople and Myka does a grade A blasphemy. Very funny. Eric1761 says, I wish I was Rachel's type. You mean a woman?
Yeah. I know.
Alan Thickdick says, my feet are so warm now. Thanks, Uncle Jay. Ew.
What the fuck? Oh, does Uncle Jay say something about feet?
Yes, I will. We will get to it in a minute.
I've got a guess.
I guess I should have saved it. Mouse Dodden says, great episode. The peanut butter Hemi segment was Myka top 5 moment. Was a Myka top 5 moment of the year so far.
The peanut butter what segment?
Peanut butter Hemi segment.
Peanut butter Hemi?
I don't know what it is either.
I'll
Myka.
have to go back. We got to make a clip of it.
We'll have to make a clip. Immortan Leo says, my first elementary school girlfriend was Jewish and named Rachel. Thank you. She broke up with me because my parents didn't like Mexicans. Huh.
Wait, she broke up with
him? She broke up with me because her parents didn't like Mexicans.
That makes okay.
Oh.
That's too bad.
I'm going to write here. Good for them.
I wonder if they are also from Arizona.
Myka's outfit, and then greater sign. People are hollering at your outfit here, Myka.
Yeah, dude.
You were all ready for the stand party.
That's right. I was all ready to hang out there for a full hour.
Justice Reed 5722 says, Myka looking like she's going to a New Year's Eve party. She looks like a public defender meeting with her poor clients on a couch.
That's funny. Also, what public defender wears knee-high leather boots?
The kinds that wants to win.
That's right.
Love you guys. Love you too. Alex says, Rachel, and then in parentheses, which is definitely an extremely Jewish name, thank you, is right. The Great Hang podcast does feel like an Eastern European spinoff of Married with Children, and I love it. And then Sam Book Lever says, first, Micah, you
Hell
loved
yeah.
that.
I love that. First, let's bring back first. Remember when people still do that?
Well, they did it on this
That
episode.
fucking rules. I love being a podcast people are trying to first on.
Yeah, Michael was like, this is big for us. Having a first is huge.
It's huge. Thank you for doing it. Next time, I hope you got more competition. Let's get in there.
And now we might find out why Alan Thick Dick's feet are so warm.
I have a hot guess.
Our headliner, of course, of all the comments now, Uncle Jemima says, well, it's Christmas time, and I'd like to thank the Great Hank Podcast for helping me fill my stockings with my goo. And then Alan Thick Dick says, my feet are so warm now. Thanks, Uncle Jay. Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Uncle Jemima. Tim, are you Uncle Jemima?
I am not Uncle Jemima.
You are not clever enough.
No, I'm not. If I was Uncle Jemima, I'd be like, here's my comment, a 4-minute story. Damn. Well, that was great. Thank you guys.
God. Uncle Jemima, I almost don't want to ruin it by finding out who you are, but I would love to have you as a guest on the show.
It would be super funny.
Except that, what if that's all he's got? Is
what if it's an 11-year-old girl?
God, I don't know. I love you, Uncle Jemima.
With her black hat hacking. She's like a hacker and also listens to this show.
I love it.
Uncle Jemima, shouts outs to you. A+ stuff as always. Keep it coming in the new year. And keep it coming in the new year, my man.
Oh, I thought you made that joke on purpose the first time.
I didn't, and so I repeated it so that I knew I was making it now.
Good for you. Okay.
Yep. All right, Micah, now it's time to fall in love with Micah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
This
Arthur Aronson came up with 36 questions you ask each other on a first date to make the partner fall in love with you. And we are in the second grouping, but we're like getting through them, Tim. Last week was the bad one, right? Wait.
Last week you said I was going to hate that one.
It was what roles do love and affection play in your life? That was very awkward for everyone.
Yeah, we had an unfeeling autistic woman there.
If anyone was saying #cringe, it was for that segment. if that's what you were commenting on, then correct. Okay, number 22. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. Share a total of 5 items.
We have to find 5 positive characteristics?
That's right.
About each other?
Yeah.
Positive.
Okay.
I
thought you had one in the chamber.
For you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the one positive characteristic is that you're very funny.
Oh, thank you. Do you have to go into detail?
No. Okay.
Okay, no, you're right. Just sharing something you consider positive. All right. Okay. I will share one. You are always in a good mood, except for almost sometimes never. But sometimes you're not, but most of the time, yes.
I would say 95% of the time I'm in a very good mood.
Yes.
All right. That's pretty good.
It's honestly, if you're folks at home, if you are looking to figure out what you need in a relationship, no matter who you are or what's going on, if you can find somebody who's in a good mood 95% of the time, grab on for dear life.
All right. Now I got to come up with another one for you.
Besides funny, good luck.
I know. You're very compassionate.
Oh, interesting.
That's right.
Are you just finding? Did you like Google positive words real fast?
Yes.
You
No.
think I'm compassionate?
Well, yes, I think so.
No, I've never been described as compassionate.
Well, I think you got a lot of. I mean, you're a cold bitch for sure.
Huh? Wait. You have to save those for the next round.
But when it comes to loving the people in your life, you're very compassionate towards the people in your life.
Okay. All right.
Nice. Good lie. All right, go ahead.
No. Okay. I mean, it's almost. You have very nice shoulders.
Hey.
You are a well-built man who looks like he should be playing baseball in the 50s.
That's true. Micah did say I used to be pretty good at baseball, but no longer do I play. I wish people would ask me to play on their softball teams. I'm hoping maybe I can get on Tommy's softball team
Why
this
don't
summer.
you ask him?
I ask him every year. They're always full.
Oh. Well, even after someone died from cancer?
I guess.
How'd that spot get filled so fast?
I don't know.
Does it have to be a woman?
I might be. I think they have to have a certain amount of ladies on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Another positive part for you is that you're very smart.
Oh, yes.
And whenever a child is smart, you say they remind you of
That is
you.
not true.
You've done it every time.
When
You go,
have I
this
done?
kid is so smart. It reminds me of me.
That's not how I said it and when I
Yeah.
said it. You are turning this compliment into something incredibly rude.
You were talking about my niece Maddie, and you go, she's so smart. She reminds me of me.
I didn't say it like that. I separated those two sentences by other sentences.
Okay. Oh, yeah, and beautiful. She reminds
There
me of
you
me.
go. She's so smart and beautiful and manipulative. She reminds me of me.
Yes. That would be true if she was so smart and beautiful and filled with compassion.
You are an incredible humorist.
That's right.
I didn't want to also say you're funny because I feel like it's stealing.
It's
And
not
it's not
stealing when
quite
it's true.
true.
What the fuck, bitch? You dumb bitch.
Oh, all of a sudden I'm smart and compassionate. Now I'm a dumb bitch.
All right, let me think of
Interesting.
one.
Oh, interesting,
Mike is
interesting.
a stupid whore. How about that as one,
All right.
idiot?
No, you're a very funny man. People always ask me, why are you with Tim? And I say, because he's very funny and nice.
I mean, I told you my classic work bit the other day, and it made you laugh.
What classic?
When I
in
say
the
I'm
bathroom?
I'm going to the bathroom. Anybody need anything? Piss, shit.
Listen, I mean, if you don't get Employee of the Year, I don't know what they're doing over there.
I mean, it's a classic work bit. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is number 4.
Number
You're
4.
almost done.
Number 4. You got a good butt, lady.
Aw, thanks,
And you
Tim.
work hard on it, and I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Timmy.
You're welcome.
You, Tim, have an incredible work ethic.
I do?
Yeah.
All right.
What are you
nice.
talking about? I do. You're always up in the morning being like, I gotta make my clips. I gotta upload the pod. I gotta go to work. Why are you acting like I do when you complain about how much you work all the time?
I've been so lazy for so long. I
wouldn't have said it last year.
Yeah, well, that's good.
But yeah, you had it in you. It's this Midwest, and you worked hard for a long time. I just wasn't around for it.
Yeah. And I would say I'm proud of your self-restraint and self-control and how well you've been doing at being sober.
Oh, I was like, I thought you meant being around your family and not being rude.
No,
like,
you've been moderately rude, but that's okay.
I've been in the rude the right amount, so they know
Yeah.
I'm not just a suck up.
Yeah, they got to know you're not a kiss ass and
Right.
a regular person.
I don't play those kiss ass games.
That's right. I do.
Even if I'm in someone's home, I'm like, nah, you're gonna catch a little shit no matter who you are and where you are.
Got to do it.
But thank you about the sobriety. That is nice.
You're almost at a year.
I'm almost at. It'll be 11 months in tomorrow, the day after tomorrow.
Wow,
That's a
that's
lot.
incredible.
Yeah, I'm almost there.
So in one day after this podcast releases, Myka will be 11 months sober, unless I pour a bunch of alcohol in her mouth while she's sleeping.
All right, and one last one for you.
Hairline.
I do love your hair.
Yeah?
The salt and pepper hair, but I didn't want to do another physical attribute.
No. But the salt and pepper is good. I just wish there was more. There wasn't going back so far. I also don't care. I just wish I would get better haircuts, I guess. I keep getting such bad haircuts.
You do get bad haircuts.
Don't say haircut getter, because that is not a positive attribute of mine.
No, I would not. You are the worst haircut getter of all time. You could get the best hairstylist in the world and then explain the thing that gets you the worst haircut.
I just tell them to do what they want.
And what they want is to not try very hard and charge you a lot of money.
I know, and they do it, and they're great at it.
Okay, so I was going to say you're a loyal friend, but that's kind of lame. I think that your better gift is how good you take an L.
That's true.
I think you are the king of humility, and it is such a rare gift.
Uh-huh.
I think everyone could learn from you. I wish I could learn from you. I can't because I have nothing to be humble about. But if I were ever in the position to be humble, I'd like to think that I could do it as gracefully as you.
Yes. Well, this is what makes us great. You're a real winner. I'm a true loser.
Yeah.
And it's a nice, we hit a nice 50-50 split on it.
Yeah.
So it's net zero on winning and losing when we're together.
That's called losing, Tim.
Oh, shit. That's how much
You're
of a loser.
such a loser. You dragged my winningness down to your level.
Yeah, but I do take an L pretty well.
You take an L incredibly well. I think people say Ian is the king of L's. I think not. I've seen him cry many times.
He does cry a lot.
He cries a fuck ton,
Ian
and he's a
loves-
sensitive little bitch. And I do love you, Ian Finance, if you're listening, which you're not because you would never support somebody else's podcast. But
But shout out to Ian. I saw him on the street. He said we got to be on Ian and Jordan.
being Ian with Jordan.
Being Ian with Jordan.
You are the king of taking L's.
Yes.
All right.
Let's go. And in 2024, I will be the king of taking W's. Thank you.
I hope so. From your mouth to George Soros' ears.
I found out that a comedian we know is George Soros' nephew.
God.
All right, now it's time.
Name him.
I'm not going to do that.
Name
now it's time
'em.
for a fun party story or tip for being a great hang, or what could make someone a bad hang.
Ooh, I know what could make someone a bad hang.
All right, go ahead.
Saying things like, I know who George Soros' nephew is, and then not telling everybody at the party.
I would tell them at the party. I'm not telling anyone on the podcast.
This is this podcast is like
you
a
know
little
I'm
party.
going to freaking blab at the party.
Oh, yeah. Tim,
know
you are
my-
the worst at keeping secrets. If we were doing the list of 10 terrible things about you, number 1 would be keeping secrets.
We should start off, and by we, I mean me and Sheen should pivot. Maybe me and Tom could do it, is start a gossip podcast.
Yeah, that's what you need is more podcasts that take your time and don't make you money.
But a gossip one about the comedy scene and all the comedians
It would
listen.
be good. I mean, and Tom is the right choice.
Tom has all the tea. Between Tom and I, where is there unspilled tea?
I don't know. Half of it's always on your sweatshirt, which, by the way, your mom could not get those stains out.
She got the big stain out,
Yeah.
but she didn't get the 2 little stains out. But I figure if there's anyone in the world that's not Chinese that could do it, it's my mom.
Dear Lord.
What?
It's only just been Christmas. You can't let the racism sit through the taint.
All right, fine.
Let the racism sit through the taint.
Here's my 2024 resolution. I'm going to be a little bit less racist, but a little more homophobic. So, there we go.
Deal.
But yeah, so that's so what do we got to do here? Tip for being a bad hang, or what makes it?
What makes a bad hang? But that is generally a tip. When people do that, they'll be like, "Oh, I have this thing," and then they don't explain what it is. It's like, just keep it to yourself then. And that also goes for like, I have this awesome thing coming up in my life. Any kind of like,
Oh yeah, tell us what it is, or it's not, or I don't ever believe it's actually happening.
yeah, it's a cousin of the humble brag. It's the vague brag, and I think that's worse than the humble brag. Just say what it like. It's like, oh, I don't want to jinx it or whatever. Then don't fucking say anything. You don't get. It's not time to brag yet.
I'm chewing on ice. Go ahead.
Cool.
Keep
People
going.
love that.
Keep vamping.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I used to see that more on Facebook than I did at parties.
People do it at parties, though, especially and people will be like, hey, I need, I also, you know what else I hate? When people like post stories and they're like, hey, I need 5 minutes on your show for something.
And then they won't say what it is?
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes they don't even have anything.
Oh, I always think it's because they don't want you to get in on the opportunity. It's like, oh, because I needed to submit it for this festival, and they don't want you to submit for the festival.
Oh, that could be it too. But every time I've done it, I haven't needed it for anything. I just wanted to do 5 minutes on.
Oh,
the
that's
show.
smart. I mean, that's just smart comicking.
Yeah, so I don't know, but yeah, being vague sucks. I'm sorry for being vague on the podcast. It's just not. I don't know the person well enough to blow up their spot digitally.
Well, we'll post it on the Patreon.
We'll post it on the Patreon at patreon.com/greathang. And
You've
check out
got
the
to pay at least $5 to get this
you
hot
gotta
goss.
pay.
And you know what? Do it anyway. It's Christmas. Buy us a Christmas gift of your enjoyment.
The Patreon is super good. The episodes are really fun. They're really funny. There's almost 300 or something posts on there. I don't think there's 300 episodes. Oh, because there's 2. So there's over 100 episodes on the Patreon. So
That's it.
check out the
Really?
Patreon at patreon.com. Yeah, and check out Tough Questions as well. The Tough Questions podcast, of course, with Jeff and I, where we get exclusives all the time.
Yeah.
We were the first ones to find out Ari Findling, my boss, was pregnant.
Yeah, wow, that sounds like a Moriep.
We found out exclusive that Wilfred Padua, cat sitter and comedian, lost his podcast. And then Jeff and I did the final episode.
All
of
the
that podcast.
hot news that everyone's dying to know.
Yep, and then Wilfred's pod was the exclusive pod to get me shitting my pants story.
That's just Tim. That's because you can't hold on to it. Yeah, that's the story you tell on multiple podcasts is that you shit your pants.
I could tell. Listen, Micah, I could do.
And I'm not allowed to make that milk lemonade joke from upstairs to downstairs.
No, but here's the thing. I could do a podcast every day for 2 weeks and tell a different story about shitting my pants.
Wow, I can't believe we can't go back to the top 5 things we love about each other.
That's true. Mine would be, I guess...
you don't shit your pants so regularly you could go on 50 different podcasts and tell different stories about it?
I would say diversity of fun.
All right. Great, Hank. So are we done with that segment?
We could be done with that segment because we only have but 2 segments left, my dear bitch. Here we go. Speak ill of the dead. And I would like to speak ill, of course. First of all, we just celebrated a birth, Micah.
Yeah, we did.
The birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, of course. And he was born, so let's talk shit about someone who's dead. I'll go first. You got somebody?
I got somebody.
Hey, Bob Barker. Fuck you, bitch. We were watching Price is Right with Drew Carey, and it was pretty fucking good. And you're an old sack of bones and shit. And I hope you're in hell getting spayed and neutered by the damn devil while he fucking butt fucks your ass, you old sack of dicks.
Yeah, fuck you, Bob Barker. What kind of man has the name Bob Barker and then goes into the ASPCA work?
Yeah.
Sounds like you're a fucking narcissist.
How about you work at the ASSPCA, you ass
piece
of shit?
Yes, piece of shit. There we go. We got there.
Suck my dick, old bitch.
All right, and I'm going to talk shit on Greg Austin Gingrich, who died November 28th, 1992. This motherfucker takes his family to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, my God.
And then is, like, trying to, like, scare his daughter by being like, oh, I fell over the side, because there was, like, a little part where there was, like, a little drop where you could drop into a cliff.
Yeah.
And so he did this whole thing where he's, like, flailing his arms wildly, like, being like, oh, and then fell. And his daughter, who, like, knows he's, like, a dumb, goofy piece of shit, just kept on walking, but didn't know that he, like, didn't fall on the thing perfectly and fell, like, 450 feet to his death.
Oh, my God. I hope the devil's butt fucking you while you fall, you prank playing piece of shit.
Yeah, you fucking let your bones rot on Native American land. You fucking colonizer.
You colonizer. You stole that land from them, you colonizing piece of shit.
Yeah, you fucking bitch. What, to just make your daughter scared for what? To think you're cool? Well, guess what? Now she feels like shit, and she should, because her dad's a dumb fuck.
I hope you're getting penetrated anally by devil fucks in butt.
Good.
That's the devil's Native American name.
That's right. I like that.
Thanks. So
okay.
That's it. We're done, Mike. It's a little bit shorter of an episode, but we're here at my parents' house, and it
is a hostage situation.
It's a hostage situation. We've been held hostage by the spirit of Christmas itself. And today on Boxing Day, I'd like to sign off. Signing off, it is I, a beautiful boy and a sweet man. A person who has lived life to the fullest and taken every L a person can take. Uncle of the Year, good man, and guy, Timothy Grady. Oh, your Patreon dad, patreon.com/greathang. Your free feed best friend, Timothy Grady McLaughlin II. Thank you all very much for listening, and have a wonderful rest of the day.
And signing off, it is I, the most compassionate woman who's ever lived.
It's true.
A woman who sees wrongs and doesn't point and laugh, but instead goes to help. A woman who is beloved by random babies and children in spite of not really giving them a lot to go on.
The baby did love your fucking ass.
The baby loved me. It did feel good to make everyone else around me be like, haha, the baby loves me best. It is me, the nicest woman in the world. Your friend and podcast host, Timmy's girlfriend, me, Micah Fox. And have a great rest of the year.
Oh, we did it.
We did it. I'm talking last.